just share a little bit about my 5 day blood sugar reset because a lot of people sometimes are not ready for coaching. I know it is an investment, it is an investment indeed, a very valuable investment for your health. However, sometimes there are people that they need that first step. They need to see a quick win. They need to find some sort of structure and try things and see that, oh, okay, what Jenny's saying is actually working. That is where my 5 day reset, which is called the Sugar Fix, that is the product that I created. And it actually, if I go back into story, it was really a 5 day jumpstart that I would do live with a private group. And I would typically offer it around $100. And last time I did it, it was probably back in the spring. But it is something that obviously it had like a specific date for people to join. And then so many people reached out to me and said that they would like to have an option where they could jump in and do it on their own whenever they could. Because there were times that maybe my schedule was not working for their schedule, and they really wanted something that they could do at their own pace. That's why I created the 5 day reset. It is only $27 and everything is delivered via email. You do not have to download an app. You do not have to do anything else. It does not involve calorie counting. It does not involve complicated and extreme diets because if you know anything about me, I hate extreme diets. I will not tell you to go on an extreme low carb or carnivore or intermittent fasting or keto. I believe that it is about how you pair, what you put in your plate, how you combine these different macros, and that is something that I go over in the 5 day reset. Now, you may be thinking, okay, Jenny, can this really create a difference? Obviously, there are certain things that require time for it to change. But I know, based on all of the testimonials that I get from people that have completed it, that making those shifts, making those first steps will give you quick wins. You're going to notice a change in your energy. You're going to notice a change in how you actually create your meals. You're going to be more aware, especially about added sugar. That is one thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to. And you are going to be able to incorporate these things very easily. Another aspect that I cover that many people fail to do when it comes to blood sugar and prediabetes and type 2 diabetes is that they hyper focus on nutrition. And we know that nutrition is important. It is important, but it is not the only element and it's not the only thing that can raise your blood sugar. It is not the only thing that you need to pay attention to. It is an important pillar, but it's not the only pillar. So stress management, like yesterday, and if you go to my channel, you're going to see the replay. I went live with Carol, a fellow practitioner that she's a certified yoga instructor, and she and we were able to talk about how stress impacts not just your blood sugar, but also your body, your emotions, and what you could do to actually build resilience. And those were the things that we actually covered yesterday. So I am here to tell you, hi, Isabella. I'm here to tell you that this is the thing that a lot of people miss. You go into these very extreme diets. You eliminate food groups. You swear yourself that you're not going to eat any bread or any rice or different things. You're going to go gluten free. Like there are a lot of things. Hi, Avery. So there are a lot of things that happen that you're trying to do, you're trying to eliminate and try all these things that you sometimes find online and people tell you. And in the end, they're not sustainable. So this 5 day reset, it is only $27. I will put the link in the description after. It is a very simple guide. You can actually repeat it. It has every tool that you need. I have blog posts with all the information you need to go shopping, know exactly how to build a plate, know exactly how to incorporate exercise, how exactly to incorporate something that will support your sleep and help you manage your stress levels. All of these things are important. And I would say that a lot of people, when they complete this, they're amazed by the results and then they end up actually going into coaching, just because they're able to validate that my process and my framework actually works. And when they get that quick win, they start feeling better at 3 o'clock. They don't have to run for coffee, they don't have to run for the sweet stuff. And then they realize, oh, wow, this is amazing. This is such a difference. So I would say, if you don't know where to start, I do have a free guide that you can grab as well. It's in the link in my profile. But if you want something a bit more structured, specific guide, grab my 5-day sugar fix reset. It is the perfect thing to grab even now, so you can have the weekend to prep. You can start at any point, but I always recommend start on a Monday, because we know that we always tend to start on a Monday. So have the weekend to prep, to think about your meals, to browse through. It comes with a workbook, a very specific workbook, so you can track everything. It comes with suggested recipes. There's so much. There's actually a lot sometimes. Some of my former clients and people that have purchased this program, what they have said is, oh, wow, like this is actually a lot for just 5 days. So there is so much information in there, but I wanted you to have all the support so that you can get started. So if you're disciplined, if you feel that, okay, I can really do this, I have the self-discipline, which sometimes is hard for some people. That's why the accountability and the coaching is great. But some people want to do it, and they want to do it on their own and at their own pace. And this is the perfect product. It came from having a group challenge almost setting, more of a jump start that I created, and I would launch it maybe once or twice a year. And many people wanted to get the ability to actually get it at their own time and not just wait until I was opening the program. Okay, so have an amazing rest of your Friday. Hopefully you're having something fun to plan for the weekend. And if you are sitting and wondering, why is it that always I get this slump at 3 o'clock? Why is it that I have been trying different things to balance my blood sugar and lower my A1C and nothing is working? And you are overwhelmed with all of the conflicting information and all the different diets and all the different things. This is a program that is for you. It is not a restrictive diet. It's going to teach you how to build your meals. It's going to teach you how to incorporate the foods that you love. It's not a low carb diet or any sort of thing like that, but it's more about teaching you balance, teaching you how your body works and how to feed your body the right way so that you have energy. Okay? So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Thank you so much.